The movie starts with a girl named Michelle. She's absolutely terrified, racing to get home. On the way, her phone is blowing up with calls from her friend, Ben, but she just ignores them. The car radio is on, and suddenly she hears a chilling warning alert. It turns out things in the country are spiraling out of control. The government has already cut off power and internet in multiple cities. There has to be a massive reason for this, something the public is still being kept in the dark about. Hearing this, Michelle gets a serious case of the creeps. Then her friend calls again, and this time she actually picks up. They start fighting, and Michelle gets so caught up in the heat of the moment that she completely loses track of the road. Suddenly, a massive truck barrels in and slams into a car in a brutal wreck. The crash is devastating, and Michelle is knocked out cold. In the next scene, when Michelle finally comes to, she's in a very unsettling room. It doesn't look like a hospital at all. It looks like a basement. She realizes her injuries are being treated, but here's the terrifying part. Her leg is literally chained to the wall. It does not take long for her to realize she is in grave danger. Was she kidnapped? A million thoughts are racing through her mind. But then, she spots something. Her phone is still with her. If someone actually kidnapped her, why on earth would she still have a phone? She desperately tries to use it, but there is absolutely no signal. She gets even more terrified, and then she hears footsteps drawing closer. She hides under a blanket, paralyzed with fear. Just then, an older man enters the room. He doesn't exactly look like a bad guy, but Michelle is beyond reason. She puts her hands up and begs for her life. The man just ignores her. So Michelle tells him to let her go nicely, or else her family will bring the police. The man couldn't care less about her threats. Michelle finally snaps. What do you want? Do you want to kill Emmy? The man simply replies, I just want to save you. Then he leaves and comes back with a key and crutches. He tells her she's going to need them. Michelle finally sees that her leg was badly mangled in the crash, and it's now in a heavy cast. The man leaves again, and Michelle immediately uses the keys to free herself. Then she grabs a crutch and sharpens the end with a knife. It's her weapon now, and she waits for the man to return. But after a long time, he never shows. She comes up with a bold new plan to trap him. She burns a piece of cloth and stuffs it near the air vent. As soon as the smoke fills the room, the man rushes in. Michelle attacks him from behind. But before she can do anything more, the man quickly stops her and gives her a shot to make her sleep. When Michelle finally wakes up, the man is sitting right in front of her. He says, My name is Howard. Please do not make these mistakes again. Michelle begs, Please, just let me go. But Howard says, I cannot let you go. You cannot leave here. He claims the air outside is now deadly to breathe. We were attacked. I don't know what kind of attack it is, but I know you are safe in this bunker with me. Michelle asks how she even got here. Howard explains, I was driving by when you crashed. I saw you were hurt, so I brought you here. Just then, Michelle hears a strange noise coming from the next room. She asks, Who is there? Howard leaves without answering, and this time he leaves the door unlocked. After he goes, Michelle gets up to look. She finds a boy with a hurt arm. She asks, Who are you? Did Howard bring you here too? The boy says, No, I came here on my own. Howard and I built this bunker together. While they talk, Howard comes and shows her around the bunker. Michelle sees that it is everything they need. Food, water, and books to last for years. Howard takes her to the outer door and opens the first heavy door. Michelle looks through the window of the second door and sees 2 hurt pigs dying in pain. Their bodies are badly burnt. She also sees Howard's truck parked outside, and she notices it has crash marks. She realizes that Howard lied about finding her by chance. She realizes Howard's truck hit her car and wonders why he lied about it. This confuses her. Michelle goes back to her room, very confused. Then the boy comes to talk to her. He tells Michelle that Howard used to be in the Navy. He believed an attack would happen someday, and that is why he built this bunker. I helped him build it. Then he stored enough food and water for 4 years. At first, I also did not believe him. But a few days ago, the government said there was an emergency. Power and internet went down, and then I saw a bright red flash in the sky. I knew we were attacked. That is why I ran to this bunker. Michelle asks him, "Are you sure there's a war outside?" He says, "Yes, and the air outside is now bad. Humans cannot breathe it. If we do, we will get sick and die. That is why I am here. We can live safely here for 4 years, until the air outside is clean again." Michelle says, "I do not believe this. Maybe the red flash was just fireworks. Maybe Howard is lying to both of us about the bad air. Maybe there is no war at all. Because when I was near the door, I heard a car drive by." Michelle's words make the boy doubt things too. Michelle decides to find out the truth. She makes a plan, and during dinner, she sees the bunker keys hanging near Howard's pocket. They plan to make Howard angry. When Howard gets mad and stands up, she tries to steal the keys. Later, while eating, Howard sees his keys are missing and knows Michelle took them. Before he can grab them back, Michelle hits Howard with a bottle and runs away. She unlocks the first door, but Howard is right on her heels. She is about to open the final door when a badly hurt woman suddenly appears outside. She's banging on the glass, begging Michelle to let her in and save her. Howard yells, "Do not open that door. If you do, the deadly air will come in, and if we breathe it, we will die in pain, just like her." Michelle sees that the woman is in so much agony that she actually dies right outside the bunker door. Seeing this, Michelle realizes Howard wasn't lying. She goes back inside with him, and life just goes on. The three of them start living like a family. They play games to pass the time. One day, Howard gives Michelle his daughter's clothes and shows her photo. He says, "I love my daughter very much, but my wife took her away from me." Later, Howard finally tells Michelle the truth about the car crash. He says, "When I heard about the attack, I panicked. I drove too far to get to the bunker, and my truck hit you. You were badly hurt. I couldn't take you to a hospital because of the attack. So I brought you here to keep you safe. I healed you myself." Hearing this, Michelle actually starts to trust Howard more. A few days pass calmly, until one day, loud noises come from above, shaking the bunker like an earthquake. Howard says it's a military helicopter or tank. The enemy must be checking for survivors. He also says they're using heavy vehicles because the air outside is deadly and toxic. We have air filters in this bunker too, which keep us safe and alive. The heavy vehicles eventually drive away, and they feel safe again. But this calm does not last long. Suddenly, alarms start ringing. The shaking from earlier caused a major problem in their air filter system. Howard tells Michelle, "You are small enough to fit inside the air vent. Crawl in and restart the system." Michelle climbs into the narrow tunnel. She sees that it leads to a locked hatch opening to the outside. Near it, she finds a girl's earring. She also sees the word "help" scratched into the window. Just as Howard instructed, she fixes the system and crawls back out. The next day, she quietly tells the boy what she saw inside the vent. She tells him about the word "help" and the bloody scratch marks. It looked like someone desperately tried to escape. She shows him the earring and says it's the exact same one worn by Howard's daughter in the photo. She shows the photo to the boy. The boy looks at it and says, "That is not his daughter. I know this girl. She went to my high school, and she went missing 2 years ago." Hearing this, Michelle realizes the awful truth. Howard kidnapped that girl. He is dangerous, but they are still confused. Howard wasn't lying about the attack. Michelle saw that woman die outside. The air is bad. The attack is real. But maybe the air will clear up and they can escape this psycho. They know they are in danger of staying inside with him. They think hard and make a plan to escape. To leave the bunker, they need protection. They secretly make a hazmat suit using a shower curtain, a plastic bottle, and duct tape. But Howard notices missing items and gets suspicious. One day, he brings a big barrel into the room. It is full of strong acid. He throws some items inside, and they melt away quickly. He is warning them that this acid is very dangerous. It can melt a human body without leaving a trace. The boy knows that Howard caught them. To protect Michelle, the boy takes all the blame. He tells Howard, "I was stealing things to make a weapon. I wanted to use it against you and take over the bunker." Hearing this, Howard pulls out a gun and shoots a boy in the head, killing him instantly. Michelle is absolutely horrified and terrified. A few days pass in total fear. Michelle knows she must escape, before Howard kills her too. She finishes making her suit in secret. Just as she is finishing it, she hears Howard coming. She quickly hides the suit under her mattress, but she fails to hide it completely. Howard finds it and gets very angry. Before he can grab her, Michelle runs away. She bolts down the hall, trying to stop Howard from catching her. She knocks things over to slow him down, but Howard is fast and stays right on her heels. Instead of the front door, Michelle turns into the supply room. She runs to the barrel of acid and quickly pushes the heavy barrel over. The acid spills all over the floor. When Howard runs in, he slips and falls into the acid. He burns to death instantly. Michelle uses this chance to climb into the air vent. She crawls to the escape ladder. Climbing up, she first melts a lock with some acid she brought and pushes the heavy hatch open. Before climbing out, she puts on her homemade suit and mask. As she gets out, she sees birds flying in the sky. If the air was truly poison, the birds would be dead. She realizes the air is safe. She takes off her mask and breathes in the fresh, clean air. It feels wonderful to finally breathe freely outside. She looks around and sees Howard's truck parked nearby. She decides to take IT and leave. But then she hears a strange noise. A giant, weird spaceship floats down from the sky. It is an alien ship. An alien creature drops down and spots her immediately. Michelle is completely terrified. Howard was crazy, but he was right about the attack. Aliens have invaded Earth. To save her life, she hides inside Howard's truck. The giant alien tries to grab the truck. She quickly makes a firebomb using a bottle and a lighter. She lights it on fire and throws it straight into the alien's mouth. The alien burns and dies in terrible pain. Before another one comes, she jumps into a nearby car, starts the engine, and drives away fast. While driving, she hears a radio message saying the aliens have indeed taken over the world. Many cities are destroyed, but human fighters are gathering in a specific town to fight back. Michelle turns her car toward that town to join the fight. The movie ends with her driving away. It turns out the attack was not from other countries, but from aliens. Michelle realizes that the sick woman and dead animals she saw earlier were victims of alien gas, not regular weapons. The air had been poisoned then, but it cleared up over time. She survived a madman and an alien attack. Now, she is ready to fight for her world. Where this movie ends,